Hello everybody, and welcome to week 51 of teaching myself how to draw here on this channel. Technically, I think this might actually be the last one, because next week, which would be week 52, just the way the days kind of fall on the calendar, day 365 is going to be on Wednesday. So this is my last full week, and I guess my last full recap, hey? So that's kind of cool. Funnily enough, I have nothing to say, at least about my poses. Actually, you know what I kind of do? I realized today, actually, that something changed in the way I'm drawing the torso to the point where I don't really know what I'm doing anymore, at least today. I can't really remember how it went earlier in the week as well, but specifically with the male models and with certain angles, I feel like I'm falling back into relying too much on the contour again. So I don't know. It's just it's a reminder that I need to constantly be paying attention to what I'm doing, you know, because I fall into autopilot pretty easily, especially if I'm like chatting or whatever in the chat with the chat during these sessions. And so it's easy for me to kind of forget what I should be doing. So, but yeah, I'm also having a lot of success doing these cross contour lines. I mentioned before that I'm doing better at like seeing cross contour lines, like where they should be. Like as soon as I draw in the leg, I kind of know what it should look like, even if I don't draw them in. They aren't always perfect, but I'm feeling a lot better at, in terms of the figure at least, and actually like kind of visualizing the 3D shape of the figure. Finally, hey, after basically a whole year of doing this. It only took me 1 year, hey? But yeah, my figures are pretty nice. The only other thing is I usually do the torso and the pelvis just a little too close together. Like they can be a little stretched out, I think, sometimes. Sometimes I'm just cramming them too close, like this one, for example. Even this one, right? But it's not really that big of a deal. Again, I just need to, as long as I'm focused and I'm paying attention, they turn out pretty nice. So, I don't know. All in all, I think 1 year of figure drawing has been like surprisingly beneficial. It's still really hard though. I can't do it. I can't really draw like a nice figure without reference. Not that I really ever do that. I think that's a special skill, you know. It's something you need to practice on its own. And it's something I'm learning more and more that I'm really not that interested in. I'd rather have like a reference and then just kind of adjust it from there if I want to. But building something completely from imagination is still really hard. So anyway, moving on to what I drew this week. I'll show you this first. This is something I drew at the start, well, not the start, March 3rd is when this is finished, of last year. So basically 11 months ago, essentially. And what I did is I redrew it to kind of see how I improved. So, well, we'll look at this first. I think this one took me like 6 days or something in total. 7, I think. I don't remember. It says hike 5, so I'm guessing it it took me 5 days. It took me 5 days this time as well. So, kind of interesting. Although this is day 1 and it's kind of almost done. I just spent the rest of the week kind of tidying it up. But you can see how like incoherent a lot of this is. Like the floor doesn't really blend into this very well. The floor, the dirt or whatever, the path, you know. And all these leaves are kind of, you know, they're very messy, we'll say. And the figure itself is not too bad, but it's not as clean, right, as some of my newer stuff. So I've really been practicing the figure over this past, I guess it's entire year, hey? I don't need to show that one, just these. So I'll keep moving forward. So this is day 2. I just kind of tidied up the figure, right? Maybe a little bit of the background too. Kind of flattened it out just a little bit. And then you can just keep moving forward, hey? So I didn't even touch the background the next day. Just once again, tidying up the figure, moved the head in a bit, did like the line art and stuff. And then I did the background. So just detailing it. I like this style of, I've been kind of messing with this style of doing foliage where you basically just have 3 colors, or maybe more, but ideally I would have like 3, I think. I have like a mid-tone, a darker tone, and then like a brighter tone. That's kind of how I color everything, right? Like if you look at this hair, mid, dark, and then bright, you know? That's kind of how I do everything. Most things, at least. I think the floor, the ground, the whole bottom half of this drawing I think looks really good in terms of the background, right? How everything kind of fits together, and it kind of gets darker gradually, right? But it's still, if you look at what I'm doing, I was using this brush, which is just a hard round brush with a little bit of pressure, and just kind of splotching in color here and there. And I was trying to change it gradually, right? So a little bit of dark, and then like a little more, and then like a little more, you know? Same with the light. Just kind of splotching it in. It was really fun. Doing the form of the trees was pretty difficult, but it's fine, I think. The other thing that's really noticeable if you compare the two is the color choices. Like these are really bright and like maybe more saturated as compared to this, which is a lot more together. And it's not something that happened consciously. It's just, I think over the year drawing a whole bunch of things, I kind of learned that I like to stick to the center of the color wheel, and even a little more toward the gray. Like a lot of desaturated stuff I tend to enjoy, and it kind of links together a little more without as much effort, I should say. So if you look at some of this, right, like it's kind of jarring if you look at like this green next to this brown and stuff like that. Some of it is a little jarring. It's not too bad. Like I really like the depth over here with this dark color, but I just feel like it's so much more coherent across the board in this one, hey? So here's the final touches. I just added a little bit of light, did a bit of detail on the figure, and I added a second layer of shadows. So usually what I do is I have the main color, and then shadow layer, and then like a highlight. But instead this time, since it's kind of like a fall scene, I decided to do, 2 layers of shadow instead. Right? So you can see it getting darker in here. And just keeping everything really simple. So yeah, this is basically 11 months apart. I think to the day, actually, hey? 11 months and 1 day, perhaps? Oh no, 11 months, yeah. Technically, well, I don't know if it's technically true. March 3rd to February 3rd. So there you go. I don't know, that's pretty cool, I think. The other thing I really like is and this will be like the final thing I have to say, I guess. I don't want to make this too long. But if you look at like the eye level here, or not the eye level, like the level of the, what do you call it, the horizon or whatever? I brought it all down. So there's like, the hand is basically, it's above the ground here, and I think it pops a lot more being against this kind of darker part of the background, this hill up here, instead of down here. I don't know, just interesting. Lots of different things that, I don't know, I could talk about this longer, but I don't really want to. I don't know, I'm really happy with this, so yeah. If I can do it, you can do it. You know, working a little bit a day for about a year is it's pretty crazy, the kind of things that you can do, you know. So keep at it. Whoever's listening, keep at it. And there you go. So that's that. The last thing I just did a really, really quick sketch for this week's prompt. The word was feathers, and the pose was this kind of sitting down pose. So I drew Mume sitting in a kotatsu here. This is like official art of hers that I kind of redid, kind of reworked. So I showed her putting an orange on her owl's head. And yeah, this one was fun. Just a really quick kind of winding down of the year. Quick sketch. I did this in like 2 hours or whatever, right? So very rough, very fun. I had a lot of fun with this one. Particularly with the colors. I don't know why. Like I'm feeling a lot more comfortable with the colors lately, hey? I used to really struggle with colors, but yeah. I don't know, I have like nothing to say about this. It was just fun. So yeah. that's my my 1 year, basically, of drawing. 51 weeks. Like I said, the next week, week 52. I'm on day 363 right now, right? So it's basically 1 year. But I'll do a full final recap where I go over completely everything that I've drawn on this channel. That'll be coming up, so look out for that, hey? Aside from that, I don't think I have anything else to say, so thanks for watching. Got